Hello designers, and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the products called square and rectangular tubing. If you're on this page, you can click on read more, and then you can see the list of sections applied to this model. This is quite a large list. This goes all the way up to 300 millimeters. Right, so let's get started. So if you open the zip file containing the files that you downloaded, you'll see there's a material library and a IPT file. So the first thing we want to do is we want to load the material library onto the model, and then we're going to put it in the templates. Right, so if we go to an Inventor, we're going to open that IPT. Okay, so the form pops up. We're just going to go and done. And then we're going to go to this icon here, which is materials. At the bottom left corner, go to open existing library. Open that material library that came with your model. This is the list of materials for this model. Okay, so now your materials are loaded. Then you can just save this and close it. Okay. We're going to go to the Inventor Templates, and then we're going to copy these two files. So how to get to the Inventor Templates is you go to your Inventor, to the Projects window, the folder options. You're going to go to Templates and right click, Edit, copy this path and close this off. You're going to open a new Explorer window. Paste this path that you copied in the window, and then we're going to go create new folder. I'm going to call it iLogic models. Paste those two files in this window. Okay, now I'm going to close this off. I'm going to go new and go to that folder, iLogic models we just created. Select the IPT. Okay, so now we're going to start changing the parameters for this tube. If you go to your Forms tab, the very first one is Model Parameters. You can open that. First thing you will notice is the designation. So this is just that list that you saw on the website. We can change this. I'm just going to go to a rectangle tube. Right, so the model updated. So if you do want to add in your own sections or your custom sections, you can do that. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to close the form, go to the Rules tab, Designation. I'm going to right click on that and edit. This is that very same list. So what you can do is you can just copy any one of these. You can paste it, just rename the sizes, right? Save and run this. I'm going to go cancel. But then we also have to change the rule that drives the sizing of the model, or the parameters of the model itself. So if you go to the rules, you'll see the size control. I'm going to edit that rule. This is the rule that's driving the parameters. So you can also just copy one of these, just paste it, just also change the sizes as you see fit, right? And then save and run. I'm going to cancel. Okay. Back to the form, you can change the length. So I'm going to make this 1.5. So the model updated. Okay. We get materials. So this is just the material list. So if you do want to add your own material, I can quickly show you how to do that as well. So we're just going to close the form and go to the Rules tabs again. We're going to go to the material list. Just edit that rule. We can also just copy one of these, paste them, and then just rename it. Okay, and then save and run. I'm going to go cancel. But then we also have to load the material in the material library. So we're going to go back to the material library. You can take any material and just right click and go duplicate and then rename this, but this name has to be exactly the same as the name you entered in your material list. Okay, you can just edit it here, and you can change appearances and physical properties, right? So if we go back to the form, I'm just gonna change this back, and then we have an indication of mass, right? We have more parameters. So we've got two joints, starting end joint, ending end joint. If you don't know where they are, this is the label control. So you can just switch this on and then you can just see your labels. Okay, so at the first end or the starting end, you can see the label. You get the ending end, you can see that label here, right? So at the starting end joint, you can see this diagram over here. It tells you can have an angle type 1 or an angle type 2. So angle type 1, so this is side 1 type 1. You can see there is side 1. So if you go to the top view, you can see side 1, the starting type 1. Okay. Then it just basically puts in a cut for you like that. And you can also change the angle. So if you do one side 1 and type 2, right, you can also apply that like this. So you can have more than one at the same time. So I'm just going to tick that off. So you can have either or you can have multiple, right? So you have side 1 and then you have side 2. Okay, so side 2 is this direction. So there's side 2, also type 1 or type 2 or both. Okay. And we can change the angle. So I'm just going to make this 60. So you can see the angle updated. Okay, we're going to go done. The ending end joint is exactly the same as the starting end joint. It's just flipped around. So this applies to this end over here. Okay, then we have intermediate holes. So this is just a configuration of holes that you can enter on your model. So what you see is you have type 1, type 2, and type 3. So type 1, type 2, and type 3. So this is just to say which sides are applicable to each type. So the sides will just follow the sides as per the labels, right? Okay, then we can just say which sides are applicable. So let's say side 1. That is side 1 over there. Okay, that means that the holes are here, right? So you can just follow the diagram and then just change the sizes how you see fit. And you can also say you just want it at the side 1 plane, or do you want the holes to go through the whole tube? So if we just go through all, you'll see the holes just drives through all. Okay. And then we can also add a type 2. Yeah, let's say we're going to go to side number 2. So side number 2 and type 2. Okay. Then you can see the model updated. Brings up this form. Once again, you've got parameters that corresponds to a diagram. You can also then say through all. And that is basically how this works, right? Okay, and then I did show you the labels, so we can just turn the labels on and off. Okay, we have just confirming dimensions. These dimensions refers to this diagram over here. And that is it for this model. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions. You can do it so by going to the forum, or you can just use the video comments boxes. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in our next tutorial. As always, please visit our website. You can download iLogic 3D models over there, as well as visit the forum where you can ask specific questions and get the answers from the masters.